And it led me to realizing, why do I believe what I believe? And see, the reality is, there's two things that we know. There's two things fundamentally that we know about the universe. The first thing we know about the universe is that the universe is not eternal. Everybody know what that means? There was a time the universe began. But anything that begins to begin must have something that makes it to begin. You cannot begin to begin without something causing you to begin. Correct? So therefore, our universe began. That's a fact. Scientists will call it Big Bang, whatever, but it began. But if something began, what made the beginning to begin? Okay? So if something begins to exist, it needs an explanation outside of itself to begin to exist. Did you ever hear what I just said? If your car exists, it exists because something outside the car made the car. So that's number one. What made the universe begin to exist? We haven't answered the question yet. We're just saying it began. Number two, not only is our universe such that it began to exist, because anything can begin to exist, but our universe began to exist and it came with, are you ready? Specificity and precision. If the sun is any closer, you and I will not be here. If the moon is any, you look at 20 different things that if any of them were not in place, you and I are in trouble. Your digestive enzymes are so specific that if you didn't have one of the 10 necessary for the first steps of digestion, it would take you 50 years to digest your breakfast. That's where we find ourselves. We open our eye, we look at the universe. The universe is so sophisticated, and on top of that, there's mathematics that defines how it even works. So there's design in the universe, it began to exist, so then you ask yourself, who made these things? So the Christian now come and say, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And I know you've heard that through your life, and maybe you think, this one I've heard it over and over again now. My friends, just because you've heard something over and over again doesn't negate its validity. A thing can be true, even if you've known it for a long time. So, how do we know there is God? First of all, you look at yourself. You say, you are very sophisticated. The Bible says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You are sophisticated, my friends. That's number one. The universe, let's not even go there. Do you know, we've not even explored much of this universe. What is the percentage? Almost nothing that we found in this universe. And we look at it. Where did it come from? So, we say it's God. Now, let me tell you that you will always have faith, no matter what. Please keep that in mind. You will always have faith. Everybody has faith. Whether you say you believe in God or not, you have faith. The question is, what is the basis of your faith? The Christians put their own in God. But finally, how do we know there is God? It's Jesus. When I left this country, I had hardly ever heard anybody say that Jesus, Paul did talk about it in his song, the Master of the Universe and so on. But Jesus came. There's actually history books that will tell you about Jesus. Not just the Bible. There's actually history. Jesus came, he died, he lived, and he died, he rose again. Those things, when you grow up and you have not been exposed to some writings of some people, you begin to sometimes maybe question the fundamentals. But those things are valuable. And so, that is where that's where it's sealed. The fact that not only is there God, but he has revealed himself to us through Jesus Christ. If not, there is no hope for us. 1 Corinthians 15. So when you get the chance, read 1 Corinthians 15. You will see what I'm talking about. So anyways, my time is wrapping up, but please, how do we know there is God? He has revealed himself. He has made his fingerprint known in this universe. You cannot escape it. He has made himself known. And not only is he revealing himself to people on an individual level, he has created the universe to be what it is. So God is there, and he reigns. The question becomes, what is he doing, and how can I be a part of what God is doing? That's what matters, because he's there. When you read chapter 2,